I've been in prayer, like always, just talking to the Lord, um, mostly, and, talking to the Lord about a certain situation or certain, type of people. Like there's certain type of Christians that I have been feeling like they're those type of Christians that are like, well, I'm right, you're wrong, almost like a kind of like ignorant ish. And so like I just been kind of talking to the Lord about that, and then I get it put on my heart to you know um, talk uh, about it, and so the Lord had put on my heart the fruit of the Spirit. Um, and when you're somebody that has the fruit of the Spirit, you don't ghost somebody that you disagree with. Or if you have the fruit of the Spirit, you're not ghosting somebody that makes you mad or makes you angry. Um, if a woman that has the gift of the Spirit is approached by a man who is interested in them, and you know that woman uh, doesn't ghost that man, doesn't start ghosting that man, right? Like um, let's say a man and a woman get into conversation, and all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, like maybe I don't know, something might have been said or something, but then all of a sudden, like the one person's stops completely communicating with this person. So again, this would be a man and woman, that are single, is what I'm talking about, and having conversation, and it looks like it looks like they're becoming friends and things like that, and then one of them, I don't know, says something that makes the other mad or something, um, and then all of a sudden the other person just doesn't want anything to do with that person anymore. um doesn't doesn't return text messages, doesn't respond or whatever, um and says and tells them that they don't want to associate with them anymore. That's not somebody with the fruit of the Spirit, because somebody with the fruit of the Spirit, like, you is not going to start ghosting somebody. Like, even if you take that same scenario that I was talking about, a man and woman that are single, they start having a conversation, and then for whatever reason, that woman stops, or that man, um, in my case, it's been women who have just been like, oh, I don't want to talk to you anymore, I don't want you texting me anymore, I don't want you messaging me, I don't want to associate with you. And it's been like, um I don't know if it's been things that I have said, or things that I have did, or whatever the case may be, but then it's like I get to a point where they just start ghosting me. um And that's not the fruit of the Spirit. That sounds like wisdom, but that's not wisdom. Because that's not the fruit of the Spirit. The fruit of the Spirit doesn't just start ghosting people, for no reason. Don't really start ghosting people, like that's not really the fruit of the Spirit. And I just, as I was talking to God, I felt led to share that like what you do not do if you truly are walking with the fruits of the Spirit, that's something that you do not do. And so I just felt like God was pulling, tugging my heart to, talk about that, because that needs to be discussed in the church. Are things that we don't do if we have the fruit of the Spirit. If we have the fruit of the Spirit, X, Y, and Z are the things that we don't do. And I believe it's time for the church to start talking about that. And in fact, I believe it's the time for the church to step up and talk about that. Ghosting people that's not the fruit of the Spirit.